Hey, Dame.
Okay, everyone, welcome to Conversation with Lady Dame. Well, our topic is Are Black Men Prone to Cheating? Okay, because of all the stuff in the YouTube streets of Derek Jackson and cheating, and and women starting to wonder about um, men cheating. So we're going to look into, are they prone to it? You know, is it part of their nature? And to help me out to answer this question is my guest, the Black Knight.
What's up? What's up? Peace, power, unity. Glad to be back on Conversations with Lady Dame. What's up, E Nation?
Oh, all right. Now, now, are black men prone to cheating?
Well, I mean, it's a pretty broad question, right? Because it seemed like there's so many of us who are prone to cheating, but it just seemed like that.
Mm-hmm.
See, we have to understand the role that social media play and the mainstream media play, right? So they're going to make a black man look as bad as possible. Now, most black men aren't helping that by doing crazy and psychotic things like Mr. Derrick Jackson and Kevin Samuels and the old Manosphere and the sissy pimps and all of that. They're not helping the issue. But are black men prone to cheating? Is that in our nature? As a black man, I would tell you absolutely not. That is not in our nature. We're not prone to cheating. We're not automatically looking to hump every female that we can see or get our hands on or even stand next to. That's a learned behavior. That developed out of what I call pimp culture.
Mm-hmm.
Pimps are sexual deviants. Okay? They're incubuses, if I said that word correctly. I know the succubus is the female and the incubus is male. They're incubuses. They're hell bent on sex. That's basically what the whole homosexuality thing is about. It's about sex. It's not about love. It's about raunchy, disgusting sex.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so the pimp culture is what helped develop this type of mentality within young black boys, that a man has to hump every woman he sees, or every woman he sees, he has to get it as a conquest. Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, it's one thing if you're doing that and you have a way of taking care of these women, because you're ruining lives when you get women pregnant and you don't take care of those children. You don't take care of that woman, nor do you take care of that child or the children that you leave behind.
Mm-hmm.
So you're ruining lives. So are we prone to cheating? No. I never cheated on my wife. I've never cheated on none of the women in my life that were in my life. I don't run around here with my tongue hanging out like a dog. I'm not overly sexed. I'm not, I got the habit. I got the hump every time you turn around. Okay, that's a mentality that's learned. Okay? That's not something that naturally, is in us. When I was growing up, I didn't have this natural urge to hump every female. Now, don't get me wrong. When I got turned on to girls, I was absolutely turned on and turned up, right? But I wasn't to the point where, if I'm with a girlfriend at the time, I had to have her friends, her sisters. I didn't do all of that. I wasn't on it like that. And the guys I grew up with, they weren't on it like that either. So, no, I'm not going to say men are prone to cheating, but there are a lot of dudes out there that are prone to being brainwashed by pimps. Now, if you was to ask me, are black men prone to being brainwashed by pimps? I will have to agree to a large extent on that one. But prone to cheating? No. A man is cheating because that's something that he wants to do. That's an individual thing. That has nothing to do with the rest of us. Now, I know it don't look like it because the media is always painting the bad picture of us. And I'm not crying victim because we're not helping that image by some of the ridiculous behavior that's been going on lately. We're not helping it. We already know we got strikes against us in the mainstream media. Derrick Jackson's behavior doesn't help. So that's an individual thing. That's something that the guy decides to do. He don't respect the woman that he's with. So he decides to step out on her instead of being manly and say, okay, listen, I don't want to deal with this relationship no more. We need to go our separate ways. And then go out and get another boy. You don't want to do that. A lot of these guys are afraid of being men. And then the other ones just have absolutely no respect for women. They've destroyed the image and the value of a woman in a lot of the minds of black men. And you still got black men right now who are trying to push it even further. They want the black woman's image and value destroyed in the lives of and the minds of all black men. You understand? All black men. So are black men prone to cheating? No, absolutely not. Not from where, speaking as a black man, no. Well, are there a lot of black men cheating? Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So we got two groups. One who are afraid to be a man and just tell a woman the truth that he wants to move on.
Mm-hmm.
He wants another woman.
Right.
He's trying to keep hang on to her and get the other. And then there's those who just don't care.
Right, because that goes to the immaturity of you. See a boy, it's like that, right? Mm-hmm. See a boy, if you give a boy a bunch of toys, right? He likes his toy. But if you see another boy playing with a cooler toy, he wants that toy plus the toys he got. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's the kind of mentality that a lot of these men have. They got a woman, think of the woman that's the toys, right? They got a woman already, but if they see another woman that's a different look, ooh, I want that toy. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Now, eventually, what they want to do, like little boys, but they can't do, is they want to take that toy and add to the toys they already have. But that's very, very, very difficult to do. They can't just go and grab another woman, sweet talk her, and bring her back to the woman that they already have.
No.
See? But that's what they really want to do. Mm-hmm. But these are immature men. Listen, a grown man is so far and above the mentality that you've seen on social media. Grown men know how to behave themselves. They exercise self-control. They're gentlemen. They're respectful. They're about their business. They work hard. They're not really into all of this drama. They're not looking to create babies they can't take care of. Grown men are responsible. What you're seeing is a horde of irresponsible, immature males that have grown full size, and in some cases, Derek Jackson, king size. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, it's curious that you used earlier incubi. Okay, it was known as a sex demon. People been talking about this, especially since that crazy pastor going on and on and on about sex demon. Okay, so I picked up some interesting information. Okay, it's a mythological figure. The incubi is the male.
Yes.
It's the male version of everybody know about succubus or succubi. Okay, succubus. Okay, but interesting enough, incubi in Latin means nightmare. Incubus means nightmare. Mm-hmm. And one who lies down in the sleep. In other words, he crushes them, and they feel a weight on them and suppress. Well, these men that do this and they mistreat their wives or their women in their lives, they are pretty much becoming the woman's nightmare. Mm-hmm. She has a dream of the man who loves her, she gets him, and he becomes her nightmare, and she feels suppressed, and she's by terms like ride or die. She should stick it out, or give him a chance, or help him to change his ways and stuff like that. And so she's being suppressed, or putting pressure upon her to um to keep the man, or pressure upon her that it's her fault that he cheated, when it's him that's going around doing it. She nothing she could do is going to prevent a man from cheating if he chooses to cheat.
Well,
So she could be uh as beautiful as these the legendary dime piece.
right. Let me say
Mm-hmm,
something.
mm-hmm.
Well, my father taught me and my brothers. I got 5 brothers
Uh-huh.
and 5 sisters. We were a pretty big family.
Yeah.
My father was a hard man, Georgia boy, strong man. He taught us that men who make excuses are weak,
Uh-huh.
and that weak men aren't fit to be husbands and fathers or be in a serious relationship. Okay? So, this is where I learned that marriage is only for the strong men, because strong men are responsible. Strong men can carry the burden of a family with no
Mm-hmm.
problem. So, the guys who are trying to use sex demons as an excuse, although demons are evil spirits and they can get into people and possess people and have people doing all kinds of wild and crazy things.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that can keep a demon out of you in this instance is the love that you have for your woman and your children. You see, if Mr. Jackson truly loved his woman and his child, he would not be possessed by a sex demon, if that is the case. Because no sex demon will be able to stand on holy ground. You see, when you truly love a person, you create what is called a holy barrier or a holy ground
Mm-hmm.
that no demon can enter because the love is pure. When the love becomes tainted, then that barrier or that ground becomes defiled, and then the demon can enter.
Uh-huh.
You understand? So
Yeah.
if Mr. Jackson truly loved his woman and was really into his woman and being happy with his woman and being a father, raise his children, he would not be in this situation at all. There would be no mistresses. There would be no one coming out on Tasha K. There would be none of this because he would be living a happy life with his wife, and he would be happy being a father, and his wife would have a lot of joy in her heart, and his children would love the heck out of him because he loves the mother. You see, the woman is the key to everything. I try to tell guys, the woman is the key to happiness on earth. Okay? Without her, there is no happiness. You take away the woman, you take away everything. And the only thing you will be left with is chaos and misery and destruction. Because what is a woman? She's the other side of the scale. She's balanced.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So she brings balance to our lives. Right?
Right.
And so when you mistreat her, now she's also a superior being. The black woman is a superior being. Okay? Because she brings other human beings from the spiritual world into the natural world. You cannot be a weak or a lowly being to be able to survive such a to be able to survive such an event.
Mm-hmm.
Souls are extremely powerful. Souls can kill a person, right? Only a woman's body is strong enough to nurture a soul. A man's body is nowhere near strong enough to nurture a soul. Only a woman's body is strong enough and powerful enough to contain and nurture a soul. Souls are extremely powerful. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is
Uh-huh.
why the woman goes through great pain when the soul is crossing that threshold into the natural world. Only her body is powerful enough to successfully deliver a soul from the natural world where there is no limit of strength and power. I mean, from the spiritual world, which there is no limit of strength and power,
Mm-hmm.
into the natural world where there's extreme limits. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so this makes the woman an earthly deity and the most superior being on this planet. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you don't do right by her, you alter the course of your reality and the reality of people around you. You understand?
Yeah.
So when you step out on her and you cheat on her, you're altering the reality of several people. You're setting into motion all of this negative energy. And one thing that guys don't understand, and I may be getting ahead of people because this is metaphysics, the universe is connected to the woman. So when you put bad energy out into the universe feels that bad energy and it repels that bad energy because the universe is protecting the woman. Because we know that the universe is filled with nothing but feminine energy. I said before, you cannot get life from nothing other than feminine energy, right? And so by him doing these things, he allowed himself to become defiled by not loving his woman. So therefore, an enemy can therefore a demon can have a field day with him because he's no longer spiritually protected. So your woman is also your spiritual protector. Why is she a spiritual protector? Because she gives life. Life is spiritual. What is life? A spirit. What is in your body keeping you alive? A spirit. So a spirit is life. And so if she brings life, that means she's automatically your spiritual protector. She can protect you from the demons, right? By
Right.
having your love in her heart. Once you love her truthfully, she becomes your spiritual protector. Then there's no demons that can enter your mind or your
Mm-hmm.
heart. When you decide to turn away from that and do wrong by her and treat her like that, you lose your spiritual protection, and then the demons can have their way with you. So Mr. Jackson would not be in this situation if he would have just did one simple thing. You know, I always talk about simplicity and how powerful simplicity is, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All he had to do was one simple thing: love his woman. That's it. No Chinese arithmetic, no Rubik's Cube, no isosceles triangle, no 360 degrees this or that. None of the earth is flat, all of that. Just love your woman. And he would not be in this situation, and he would not be possessed by a wicked incubus or sexty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So by the by defiling his marriage bed, he left the door open. Okay. Yeah. But this is what I don't get. If you know you want to have sex with multiple women, why do you get married? Why do men marry when they know they want multiple sex partners?
Because like I said, a lot of dudes, because of pimp culture, they development mentally, their maturity becomes arrested.
Uh-huh.
And to steal a term from It's Just Me podcast, their maturity, right, is in a state of arrested development because they're involved in all of this wicked nonsense, and they don't mature. They don't mature sexually. These guys sexually, well, among other things, are immature. They cannot exercise self-control. They have the self-control of an 8 or 9-year-old boy or a 12-year-old who has no idea what's going on and don't know how to control himself, doesn't know what sex is. That's what these guys are. And the sad part about it is they're 30 and 35 years old. And they have the sexual maturity of a 12-year-old or 13-year-old who has no clue what sex is.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, this cheating is coming out because the confusion about what sex is and the pimp culture.
Well, yeah, well, the pimp culture has a lot to do with it because to me, these guys idolize these pimps, right? They say
Uh-huh.
that these pimps got women under control. They see pimp culture has successfully taught young men to devalue women. And so when they see a pimp can get away with physically abusing a woman out in public, right?
Hmm.
Back in our days, if you put your hands on a woman in public, somebody was going to whoop your ass because everybody cared about their daughters. Nobody didn't want nobody putting their hands on their daughters, right? But
Uh-huh.
understand this. A pimp can get away with physically abusing a woman right in the faces of a lot of men.
Uh-huh.
Why?
Yeah.
Because they idolize pimps. They think pimps are cool. They look up to pimps. They think pimps teach them this so-called game. I talked about this before about how the black man is so immature and he thinks relationships and people's feelings are games.
Uh-huh.
Okay? And so, hold on one second. My bad. I'm trying to. Hold on. Okay. My bad, damn. I gotta go on mute real quick.
Okay. All right. Kendall Rowland. The reason why we're not talking about guys who love black women is because right now black women doubt that that black men really love them. They believe right now at this point they starting to believe that there's no good black men, that black men are cheaters, that even being married is not necessarily that they're not going to cheat. So we got women who are doubting, their own marriages right now. We got women giving up because they believe there's no good men. So we got to break into the understanding of why some men cheat, to identify these men who are cheaters, that they immature, that they don't have the strength to be honest with women. So you have these situations where they marry or involved and they're cheating, and the devastating things that it does to the woman, the family, the relationship. And it's gotten so bad that cheating, it hampers not only the woman who's been cheated on, makes her doubt that there's any good men, especially since she believes she had one. Um, and she thought she was able to identify the bad men the no good man, and come to find out she can't. So she's doubting herself right now. So so women right now are gonna be looking into cheating and cheaters and stuff like that because it's dominating their mind. They need to identify what makes a guy a cheater. Why would a guy cheat? Uh, you know, questions should what she should do if her man is a cheater. You know, um, and then it's putting in doubt that women who are long time married into their relationship and they thought that that he wouldn't cheat, but because of the way way Derek Jackson cheat, women are doubting him. There are groups of women who say, yeah, yeah, you think your husband cheat? What does he do? He said he works, he comes home, spend time with family, go to work again. But one woman said she don't know what he does on his lunch break. So when your eyes are telling you that this man just gonna be working, coming home to you, spending time with family, going to work, because of the way this dude cheat, you wonder, what's he doing when I'm not there, when he's not with me? What he has a lunch break. Is he really going to lunch, or is he fooling with someone, or is he banging some chick in the bathroom? So every woman's doubt is being put into play. Now, some women don't want to accept that they were wrong about this guy, that he's still a good guy, that it ain't his fault, that it's somehow his wife's fault because of the way he dressed. That's wrong. They so determined to keep the good guy image that when the good guy turned out to be a bad guy, instead of blaming him, holding him accountable, they're blaming his wife, or they blaming the women he cheated with. Kendall, okay, you're gonna have to understand. At this point, women don't trust any man, white, black, or otherwise. They're not turning to white men. Right now, they don't trust no man. Because we do know that. But, some people are saying that's the nature of a man. It's not natural for him to have more than one woman. I mean, to have just one woman or be monogamous for all his life. But hey, women are not happy sharing their man with other women. So of course she's into monogamy, and you gonna tell a woman that it's not natural for a man to be monogamous, but it's natural for the woman to be monogamous. But you telling her she needs to go against her nature to to accept that her man is going to be with other women? No, we all know not all men cheat. Not all men keep there are men out there who keep their marriage vows, who keep their promises to women, who don't cheat. And she needs to look for him and not waste her time with the guys who are cheaters. So she's trying to identify how you can tell a guy is a cheater. You know, others are telling her, once you find out your man is a cheater, don't stick it out. Don't try to save it. Let it go. Let him go. Get away from him. Don't take him back. Go so he can go forward to find a man who will be faithful, who will keep his vows, who loves you more than he wants to have sex with other women. Cause if you're gonna go with the it's nature thing, man is more than his body. He's a spirit and he's a soul and stuff like that. And he don't have no control over his body. He's gonna let his body control him and not him control his body. Yeah, there are beautiful women out there, and there be some that you turn your eye, but you don't go chasing after. You don't necessarily. You don't have to sleep with her because you love your woman, you love your wife, you love your girl, and you don't want nothing to mess that up. So that outside woman or that woman that that you happen to see in passing, she's not worth that. But there's a lot of guys out there who's thinking, but it's natural. No, no, no. They're lazy. They don't want to try. They let their body control them. They immature. Man does not let his body control him. He controls his body. He dominates his body. He enforces his will over his body. So anytime a man said it's in the nature of man to cheat, he's basically saying that his body dominates him. His body controls him. He does not control his body. He does not have any kind of self-control. So, as I said, man is more than his body. He's his spirit, his soul, his will. So, okay. Hey, non-swirl zone. Sorry, I got into a little rant. Happy Friday. I'm no prize, but I get hit on by women constantly at work, even though they know I'm married. All I do is laugh. It takes two to cheat, right? Well, yeah, right. See, non-swirl zone get hit on left and right. Does he do anything? Does he take advantage, of the fact these women are willing to sleep with him even though he's married? No. His wife is more important. He loves his wife. He does not let his body control him. He controls his body. His love for his woman puts him in, holds him back. He's not willing to risk his wife, his family, any of that. No woman, no sex, no is worth risking your family. Because once you step that line and cheat on your wife, your woman, you open the doors to all kind of stuff. We said demons, but it's more than just demons. It's all kind of stuff. Sexually transmitted disease, madness, breaking up of the family. You leaving your family vulnerable. Because you broke the heart of your woman, she can't trust you anymore. She don't want you in the house. She don't want to see you because it hurts her every time she sees you. And then the kids are wondering why is daddy not there, and they're vulnerable. I have to disagree, sis. When people talk about how black man ain't shit, black man ain't building nothing, and black men, white men relationship, no, black woman, white man relationship are more successful than black man, black woman, and black man, white female relationship. Shit sounds so discouraging. Okay. All right. Now, right now, right now they're saying Derek Jackson is not shit. But right now the women are in torment. They can't trust their instincts or their mind anymore, because they thought Derek Jackson's a good guy. So if their instincts are wrong, if they're wrong about Derek Jackson, what about every other decision on every man that they involved with, including their own man, their own husband? It's gotten to the point where women don't trust their judgment anymore. They don't. How do we tell? There's no way to tell what man is a cheater, which man is going to be faithful, which guy is the good guy. Which guy is the faithful guy, the keeper of his word, who has control over himself, who loves you more than New Panani. Yeah, he's an individual, but that's the problem. He had a wide sweeping repercussion. Actually, every man that cheats sets off these ripples. Their Jackson had a bigger ripple, but every black man that cheats sets off a ripple. Any woman in his sphere, starting with his wife, and every woman that his wife knows, that knows him, he sets a ripple of distrust. Every woman, whether it's his woman, his daughter, his sister, they begin to doubt. You know, okay, so you know, so the so it affects every woman in their vicinity because Derrick Jackson is a public figure, and he purported himself a relationship expert to help women in their relationships. They trust him. That's how his platform got so big. And because of what he did, his ripple was big and was wide reaching. Even the women who still support him, that's still a ripple effect. Right now, they tearing into his wife. They tearing into his other women. They not holding him responsible because they do not want to let go that their judgment was wrong about Derrick Jackson. They do not want to let go that they were wrong, that he is not a good man. Because then it comes into question everything. But still, it's a ripple. Uh-huh. Yeah. But his imagery of that he's a good man, that he fits all the boxes of what women think of as a good man, and that's what he projected. He projected a strong black man, love black women, good shape, makes his money, loves his wife, love his kids, responsible, and and that um and that he seemed to be accountable of his past, and he made corrections, and so that's why you'll hear about stuff that came up in the past that should have been a red flag, but women is like he admitted to it, came accountable. That's why he did the videos to try to pull that thing over again, but he did things in such a way that there's no way. Mm-hmm. But no, he don't. But it affects how women look at you, because you might look kind of like him. You a good, strong black man. You're hardworking. You're accountable. You take care of your family and stuff like that. And you seem to be in control of yourself. Then if you look like the image that he projected, now she's going to look at it side eye. She's going to be looking deeper. She's going to be asking questions. She's going to be hesitant even more so. It's not that he represented y'all, it's that he walked it like y'all. He looked it like y'all. Like all the good men. And because he was, and he was not to such a horrific degree. Now she's in doubt of what she thought she knew was a good man. So if you are looking like that representation that he projected out, she's looking at you like, how long it gonna be before you cheat? How long gonna be before you show your true colors? Are you really a good man? Or you got some chicks on the side? Or are you good for now, but eventually further along in our relationship you're gonna get tired and you're gonna cheat on me? That's what's going on. Yeah. Yeah. Now we thought that it just went as far as the single women looking for good men. So it made it harder for the good men who out there trying to get the good get the sisters to look at them and and see them, because he tarred that image. He marred the image of what they knew was a good black man. But it turns out it went even further than they thought. There are women who are in long, with secure marriages that haven't doubt about their marriages. They are actually saying they don't know what their husband's doing when he go on his lunch break. The man just works, comes home, spend time with the family, maybe watch a game, drink his beer, go to sleep, and go back to work again. There are women that are saying, I don't know what he does when he's on his lunch break. For all I know, he could be cheating on me during the lunch break. This Derek Jackson was in, what was he married for? 10 years? Well, he was at least in a 10-year relationship. Women who've been married for that long are starting to say, well, I don't know what he does when I'm not with him. What does he do when he's on his lunch break? Is he really on his job? When I'm thinking he's at work, is he really off for work and he's fooling around with some other woman? That's what's going on. That's why his is far-reaching. Women who were secure in their marriage, secure in their long-term relationship, are suddenly doubting. Hey, good evening, Aaron. Carter. Collins. Whew. Hey, Aaron. Me and Kendall having a little back and forth. Yeah, I'm not saying that they are saying that he represents y'all. What I'm saying is they are doubting what they thought they knew a good black man was. So it's gonna make it harder for the good black man out there looking for the woman for him, because if she thought, because of the way Derek Jackson projected himself as a good man, and they believe he was a good man, now they doubting what they knew of as a good man. So they like, how can you tell? He represented good men. He walked like he seemed to walk like a good man, talk like a good man. He checked all the boxes. But deep down, we didn't know he was a cheater, serial cheater, had children all over the place, had women off to on the side. He had mistresses, side chicks, fooling around. And that he was such a horrible person that he brought a woman into his house to have sex in his wife's bed. Yeah, I'm saying his wife because, that's the way we thinking of them. That's our bed. That's our house.
Okay.
That's our man.
Yeah, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I wanted to say something to what Kendall said. Listen, brother, we got to understand something, right? We can't do these kinds of things to our women, and then when there's backlash, we want to say, okay, let's stop talking about it. That's not the way it works. When you exhibit this kind of behavior, people get hurt. Women and children get hurt. One thing that bothered me a lot about this whole situation, when people saw his wife on camera, they was more interested in how she looked rather than what state of mind she was in or anything about her health. Everybody just said, well, she looked average. She looked this way, she looked that way. What about her mind? What about what has happened to her? Does anybody what actually happened to the woman? And I think that, having this type of culture, society that we live in, people just don't give a damn about each other. So you can't have that kind of mentality and not give a damn about anyone. But then when things come back on you because you don't give a damn, you can't say, okay, well, let's talk about something else. Doesn't work that way. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, yeah, and you can, and if you shut it down, it's not gonna make women stop thinking about it. It's not gonna make them start talking about it. They need to figure out what's going on. You know, how did they get fooled? They're probably gonna be examining all his videos to see what did they miss. They probably listen
See,
to.
see, the bottom line is this. Now I'm going to cut you off, but the bottom line is this, fellas. If you got a woman, you do right by her. If you have children, you do right by your women and children. You don't get in this kind of situation. You don't have women thinking that we're all dogs. You don't have people not being able to trust us. You don't have people saying that we're prone to cheating and that we're prone to being unfaithful and untrustworthy. There are people out there that just think that we're worthless. I don't know about you, but I have a problem with that. I'm not a worthless person, and I don't want to be seen or thought of as a worthless human being. Now, maybe some of you do. I don't have a damn and don't care about that, but I do. And I don't want to be lumped into a group of immature men who cannot practice self-control, who are wicked in nature and don't give a damn about the lives of the women that they destroy. But that is exactly what you're doing when you have this kind of behavior. And the sad part about it is many of you don't care and don't even think anything's wrong with what you're doing. So if that's the way you feel, then you can't be upset when you're called out. You know, you can't be upset when you're put in the spotlight. You brought this on yourselves. If he just would have just did something as simple as love his woman and care about that child that was in her stomach, he wouldn't be in this situation. There wouldn't be a string of women. There wouldn't be anybody coming out on him. There wouldn't be 10,000 people talking about him every 5 minutes. Simplicity is the key, brother. Go ahead, Dave.
Okay, well, I'm glad you understand, Kendall. So please stop talking about,
And then you have to understand something too, Kendall. You're dealing with women. We see, well, a lot of you guys don't understand. And you keep taking it slightly. You don't understand the nature of women. Women aren't like us. They're not like us. They don't think the way we do. They don't feel the way we feel. They don't walk the way we walk or talk the way we talk. They are not like us. You understand? They're completely different from us. This is going, you're talking about people who are capable of unconditional love. Do y'all understand what unconditional love is? I don't think many of you do. I think you take a lot of words for granted because you got the top meaning of those words, right? But when you go deeper, you really don't understand what those words really mean. You're talking about a being that's capable of unconditional love. That's serious, brother. Unconditional love is serious, brother. You got people out here who ain't even capable of liking someone, let alone unconditional love. We can't even get people to like each other. You're talking about a being that's capable of unconditional love and is completely selfish when it comes down to bringing a life into this world. Have any idea what they have to go through and what they have to sacrifice to make sure your little behind is raised properly? Have any idea? No, you don't, because you take it for granted. Okay, we take our mothers for granted, and we don't understand the sacrifice that they make, how they're constantly watching us when we're little, how they're constantly protecting us. We take it for granted, because we're grown now, right? But we don't look to thank our mothers for it, right? We're grown and we just think, oh, okay, you know, mommy handled it, so forth, whatever, right? It's not easy to do what they do. If I was to ask you, can a man take care of a newborn baby that's fresh out of the womb? I would go to say no. Not without a woman somewhere involved. Can he do it himself? I don't think so. Not without a woman involved somewhere. So we have to understand they are different from us, and when you hurt them, they cry out, and because they feel that pain. They're not like us. They're not taught to hold their pain in and be all rough and tough. They don't need to be rough and tough. They're women. Their nature is soft and gentle. That is what they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be rough and tough and all that stuff. I said before, they don't need to be strong. We got plenty of strength for the both of us, physical strength. We are the strong ones. They don't need to be strong. They just need to be themselves. You understand? So you cannot hurt them and abuse them and expect them to remain silent. They aren't men. They're going to scream and sing to the high heavens until your ears fall off because you hurt them. Understand, they are not like you. They will not be quiet. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah. So, hey, Ebony.
Yeah, then.
Okay. So, the question is, do you think black men are prone to cheating?
Okay.
Well, okay. You just totally went away when I was saying, Dan.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, to get back to
Yeah,
which...
let's let Abadar get her faculties together. Sound like she just woke up.
Okay.
But what is
All
Kendall
right.
saying in the chat? I'm just trying to explain to these guys that women aren't like us. Okay, and
Okay. Let's see. Only thing he said so far is I understand black women are so insecure based on their own past personal situation.
listen, it's not insecurity. You see, again, this is the type of brutal nonsense I'm talking about. You see, you got the wrong type of teaching about women. That's why y'all have so much problems with women. That's why you sit and ask yourself all these questions because you don't know anything about them. They're not insecure, bro. It's their natural nature to be the way they are. It's not insecurity. That's that Western BS you got rolling around in your head. That's why y'all don't understand your own women. They're not insecure. It's natural for them to be the way they are. It's not natural for a man to behave like them. That's what you would call insecure. But it is perfectly fine and natural for them to behave the way they behave. And that's who they are. If you understood their nature, you would understand that that isn't insecurity.
Okay. All right. The chat is saying, okay, it's kind of, okay.
Go ahead.
All right. it's kind of hard on some weak brothers when you get women throwing themselves at them. I feel for those brothers living in a city like Atlanta and DC where there's about 6-to-1 female male ratio. Unfortunately, them weak dudes are happy with them odds. I got a couple of cousins, well, a cousin who he's happy that it's like that. You know that women are throwing themselves after him. He get to pick and choose, or and the women have to accept that. He be up front. Hey, there's gonna be other women. Yeah, but get them outside of that environment. See how long they last. Let's see. To answer the title, I think not. I believe cheaters cheat, man or woman. Uh huh. Okay, but these situations are highlighted. Instead of brothers who are doing the right thing, is to encourage black women to give up on black men, which makes them easy prey for white men. Okay, all right. No, 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 no. Not giving up. They trying to figure out what's going on. They trying to figure out, how to find a good guy. As far as I can tell, yeah, some of them are being discouraged, but they still trying to analyze. They're still trying to find out. Some of them are coming to channels like Max, who are telling them these dudes are like this. This is what you got to look out for. Some of them, they are going over his past thing and seeing what red flags that they miss. And some don't think there's anything wrong with what he did. I can't believe that, but they are there. But as far as I can tell, they're not going to white men. Right now is every man is every man is not to be trusted. We're trying to get them past that. And we got to analyze. The more you try to be quiet about it, bury it, the more, the less we're going to trust. We want to figure it out. We want to know. Because there's part of us that still haven't given up. Still haven't given up on the idea of finding that good man out there. Oh, okay. You getting tired of sorry dudes being the gold standard for all black men? They do not represent me. Now it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not that they represent you. They threw out a look, a disguise of being a good guy. They did it so well that women did not see the flags or did not see that he wasn't a good guy until all this came out, until it practically threw up in their laps, so to say. Okay, no, as far as I could tell, leave their own people. It's making them doubt themselves. It's making them doubt that they would recognize a good man, or that they would know that they used to know that their husband or their man didn't cheat because he did this, this, and this. But now has come the question: what does he do when he's not with you? What does he do on his lunch break? Is he really going to work? Or was he on his day off and he's fooling around with someone? It's making them doubt what they thought they knew. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, that particular guy is trash. Yeah. So there are some women. Okay, he cheated. He cheated awfully. He treated his wife awfully. Okay, that's him. That's him as an individual. That's not him as as a representation of all black men. There are women who are aware of that. In fact, they're probably getting sick of hearing about Derrick Jackson right about now. Then there's the women who, okay, he checked all the boxes I had of what I thought was a good man. But now I'm coming to find out underneath all that was ick, this ickiness, this icky underbelly that showed that he was far from good. He was a user. He he could care less about how his wife was feeling. He didn't see that his wife needed some therapy. Didn't try to get her that. No, he take advantage of her breakdown to keep her from leaving him, or keep her from being mad at him. Okay, so there's that group of women who doubt what they think is a good man. All right, then there's the group that no, it's not him. He's a good man, and stuff like that. It's her fault. They blame the wife. They blame the mistresses. They blame the side chicks. They blame everybody but him. You know, they was saying if she would take better care of herself, or if she wasn't going around in the the um the um the hair bonnet, he wouldn't have cheated. He was cheating when she wasn't wearing a hair bonnet. Okay, so you got groups like that. Now you got groups that are doubting their own marriages, their own relationships. Sure enough, wolf in sheep clothing, because he projected the good man, all the good qualities of a good man. He projected it, and they believed it, and they used him as kind of a guide of what a good man is. So now that guy had been snatched away, and it turned out he was never the good guy. So now they doubt in themselves. Or when they see a guy that fits into that guy, a good guy is an example that he was projecting, they having doubts. They having second thoughts if he's really a good guy.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That is how they be doing, and then they were gonna blame the women for everything. You see, but meanwhile, we have this man being himself like a good guy, but they are not. They are just bringing themselves as a good guy for everybody to see them that hey, we are good. We give you advice. We make you feel okay, but they are not.
Mm-hmm.
And now no woman is going to believe any man because we see that the men are equal. They are one. Because whatever sometimes they pretend that they've been good, they are not. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, a while back, Max did something about putting the good foot forward, or showing. Which would you rather see, the good foot or the bad foot? Would you want to see all the good things about the guy, or all the negative things about the guy or girl? Since we was going both direction, and a lot of people they wanted to see the good foot first, but there was a few that wanted to see all the negatives. Okay, and you know how on the first date you sending your representative, you on your P's and Q's and I's dotted, T's crossed, and everything, and you become perfect guy, but slowly you let your real self bleed through. But for the longest time, he projected the good guy, which is the good the perfect guy. He projected that. And okay, when that and anytime we saw something bleed through, some of us gave an excuse, or that was something in his past, and he confessed to it, and he's not doing that anymore. Excusing it, but not paying attention to it. That for the flag it is. Some did, some didn't. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm back. Now, what's going on?
Oh, I was reading some things in the chat. We was talking about okay, that Derek Jackson does not represent the black man, which we agree.
Okay, but you know what? But you know what though?
Hmm.
The black man, whether he represents us or not, you have to understand something. You can say that all you want, right? But women see different. Again, I don't know how to explain this to you. They aren't like us. You cannot tell them that he does not represent us, but many of us are exhibiting the same behavior. Let's be frank, many of us, well, I'm not going to include me, but many brothers was exhibiting this kind of behavior before Mr. Jackson even got exposed. So you have to understand, when you have a large contingent of men who are railing against black women like there's no tomorrow and saying all kinds of disparaging things like their lives have no value, they feel these kinds of things. Again, they are not like us. Words have a different effect on them than it does on us. As soon as you understand the nature of who they are, you will have a better understanding of them and how to communicate with them. They are extremely sensitive to name calling and things that are degrading, especially verbally degrading. So when you say things like their lives have no value, you may as well have taken a baseball bat and clobbered them upside the head. When you call them out of their name, you may as well have taken your hand and physically struck them over and over and over again. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
You cannot say these types of things to them. It don't roll off of their shoulders like it does off of ours. So when you have this type of men saying these things and wishing all of these bad things to happen to them, such as they want to see them drown in a pool of their own blood, this takes away the love factor, see? Because women need to feel love. I said this to you guys before. You guys are caught up in a bunch of complicated nonsense when it's extremely simple. They need love. And when you do not give it to them, they don't feel it. And so you have all this behavior going on. And so now they have it in their mind that this is the way the majority of us are. And so now comes Mr. Jackson that makes the situation even worse. So whether he represented a certain type of black man or not, he's added to what was already bad. He's made the situation worse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So how can anyone put down his wife? Yeah, there's a bunch that won't that they don't want to put the blame on
Amanda,
him.
A man that, wait a minute, is she asking you a question or you? I don't understand.
Okay, okay. I had mentioned that there's a group of women that who don't want to accept that Derek Jackson is to blame, so they blame the wife. So Kendall's asking, putting down the wife. Just oh wait, no, that's Mika. Kendall is saying, how can anyone put down his wife? Because Mika said they putting down his wife. You
Well,
know.
Derek Jackson is some would consider a catch. I don't know about that. I'm not gay, so, but I've heard women speak about him. Okay, they speak about him very favorably. Favorably, okay. Sorry about my Jersey accent, but they speak about him in good, favor as far as the way he looks or whatever, right? So maybe some of these women feel that they can change their. You see, some women feel that they can change some men because that's the nurturing spirit in them. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if some women who think that way probably raised boys. Okay, so some women think that they can change them, right? There's no changing for any sisters that come in here, or any of you sisters that's already in here, and sisters who think this way. I need you to tell them, right? Guys like Derek Jackson, you cannot change. Derek Jackson is a finished product. There's no changing it. It's like if you paint a box black, right? You can't take the black back off of it. The best you can do is cover it up or destroy the box. He's a finished product. There is no changing him. When a man is 30, 35, acting this way, that's a finished product. There's no going in there, talking to him, sitting down with him, getting therapy. He'll just wade right through therapy, say all of the right things, and get back out and do the same thing all over again. He's what you would call a leopard that doesn't change his spots, or a tiger that doesn't change his stripes. Okay? So you cannot change men like this. Now, I don't know if you want to be in the business of changing men, because it's going to take a lot of energy out of you. It's going to take a lot away from your life to change a man. Now, maybe a boy, yeah, a boy is different. A boy is still susceptible to learning, a young boy. So you want to change that, get to the young boys. But these grown men out here, I don't know if you want to be in the business of changing grown men. That's just going to take a lot out of you. It's going to wear you down. It's going to steal your energy. It's going to put a heavy burden on your life. So I think getting out of the change a black man business is a good idea. Yeah, Dan.
Okay. No, Aaron. Collins. No, he's not Manosphere. In fact, Manosphere hates Derek Jackson, especially a particular Manosphere person. No. Okay, Kendall goes, Max, you just said he doesn't represent me. It's a lot of black men who are like you. So this ninja cannot possibly represent us. He represents that type of ninja.
Okay, so let me tell you what. Okay, so let me answer that. Let me tell you why he represented us, right? Well, he was a representation of guys like you and me, Kendall, because he put on this facade that he was a good black man. He was supposed to be the type of black man that women are waiting for, that women heard about, that are always married and never free. He was supposed to be the cream of the crop. He was supposed to be that black man that women are fighting all of these black men to get to. The hardworking man, the good brother, the respectable brother, the brother that takes care of his women, takes care of his children, right? He is taking care of homestead. He's not a cheater. He's not into infidelity. His children are the apple of his eye. His woman is the light of his life. Guys that don't go out. What is that noise?
Oh, um, nothing.
I'm trying to talk. Okay, so he represented all of these things. Now, when you look at what I just talked about, right? You and I, Aaron Collins, and a lot of us that come in here, we fit that category. I don't cheat on my wife. I do right by my wife. I don't have any children, but I definitely do right by my wife and the people in my life. I'm not into infidelity, right? I work hard. I'm respectable towards black women. You are a version of that. All the brothers in here are a version of that. He was supposed to represent all of that. That's why they say he's a representation of us. You see, he didn't hurt the bad black dudes. The black women already know that there's plenty of bad dudes out here. He hurt the good black dudes. Because now he done cast a doubt and a shadow on good black dudes. And I'm trying to explain something to you. You're looking at this from a male perspective. That's why you're having a hard time coming to grips with this. And you keep saying, well, he don't represent us. That's because you keep looking at this from a male perspective. A female sees this completely different. They see him as a representation of the man that they're supposed to marry, the man that it was supposed to be out there, but always married and never available. He was supposed to be the cream of the crop of black men, a man that a woman can trust, the type of man that a woman wants to have children for or children with. And he turned around and he does this. And not only does he cheat on his wife, but the way he treated his wife is absolutely insane. That's even why it's bad enough you cheating, but when you embarrass your wife like that, and she clearly looks like her mind is lost. So it's obvious that she suffered some kind of abuse from this guy psychologically. And that makes it even worse because she's a woman and women are watching. So you guys don't think, I'm not saying you, but a lot of you dudes are dumb. Y'all don't think. You do these things in front of women and you go crazy and you mistreat a woman in front of other women. What exactly do you think is going to happen now that they've seen you not only cheat on this woman, but mistreat her as well? You think they aren't paying attention to that? They're women. A lot of you guys these dudes are dumb. You're supposed to be so fucking educated. Dumb as a fucking bag of hammers. You can't mistreat a woman in front of other women. Are you insane? Unbelievable. But Kendall, you're looking at this from a male point of view, a male perspective. You got to get out of that. You can't look at this from a male perspective. It's not going to make sense to you. Go ahead, Dane.
Okay. Yeah, Mika, you was fortunate to, to have good men in your environment, and you see them, and you can see them as individuals. But there are some women, uh, all the men in the environment are bad, or there's the odd one or two good men, sprinkling the good men in a sea of
No,
Batman.
there's plenty of good men out there.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, black women have been conditioned to go after a certain kind of men, so they overlook a lot of good men that are right in their neighborhood, right in their face. Good men they walk by every day and don't get the time of day. Like we talked about the diesel mechanic. There's an abundance of diesel mechanics out here making very, very good money, more than capable of providing and taking care of a woman and child. But they get overlooked. And these guys are dedicated to their craft. They go to work and come home. They don't stay out in the street. You won't hardly find them in any club. They don't do, most of them, almost all of them don't do the club thing. You'll find them in a Walmart, maybe in a library studying their craft. You'll find them in peculiar places, maybe at a softball game or something like that. That's where these guys hang out at. They don't go to clubs and they don't hang in the street. And they make plenty, 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 plenty money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. And I grew up with the
And there
mixture.
you go again, Kendall. You keep associating strength with women. You associate strength with men. Women don't have to be strong, bro. Again, see, this is what I'm talking about. You're looking at this from a male perspective. It's not going to make sense to you that way. You have to look at this from the perspective of understanding the nature of women. That's when it will make sense. You keep looking at this from a male perspective, it's not going to make sense to you. It's not going to clear up for you. The waters are going to stay muddy. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. Okay. I've seen a mixture of both. I've seen the good man, and I've seen the Batman, and well, yeah, and the derelict man. Um, and some of them right there in my own family. But so if you're a single black woman and you're like, okay, this is what a good guy looks like, this is what he talks like, this is how he walks, this is what he does, and then you have that yanked out, you doubt what you know. hmm and yeah, so so there are now they got groups of women that's saying that is natural, that we shouldn't be trying to put men in a monogamous relationship because that's not natural. And
Now,
I'm
who was
like,
saying that?
oh, it was some lady on one of the other channels um had came on there and saying um that we should we should have a more polygamous like
Well, you
relationship.
have to,
Mhm.
again, you have to understand something, right? Sexual deviancy doesn't just extend to men, it extends to women as well. So a lot of people look at Solomon, right, who has 700 wives, which for some reason I just won't believe. Okay, but the Bible doesn't condone adultery. Okay, and so okay, the whole 700 wives thing is Gavin. I don't even know what that is, but anyway, um, a lot of people don't believe in the Bible. I don't particularly b- believe everything in the Bible, but I've said before and I'll say it again. I'm not one of those people that believe everything in the Bible isn't true. I do believe that there's a lot of the stuff in the Bible that's absolutely true. Okay, and it talks. Thank you. You go on mute, one. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's absolutely true, right? And it's very clear about a husband and wife relationship. You know, it tells you that you don't commit adultery. It's not something you do. And I don't understand why a man thinks it's okay to just be blatantly disrespectful and deceitful to someone you say you love. Understand something, right? If you're not capable of loving a woman, then you shouldn't be with her. Don't get married. Don't commit to a serious relationship because you're incapable of loving a woman. You don't love a woman and then turn around and commit all kinds of crimes against her. Understand what you're doing is actually a crime. It's a spiritual crime. If you're married, that's adultery. That's a spiritual crime. You're committing crimes against your woman. Now, if you're not married, you're deceiving her. That's also a spiritual crime. So you're committing crimes against the woman that you said you love. So if you're committing these crimes against her, then when you told her that you loved her, you lied to her. You lied to her right in her face. Because if you loved her, you wouldn't be committing these crimes. Go ahead, Dan.
Yes, yes. If you love her, you wouldn't be portraying her like this.
Hey,
You
Rozzy.
okay? All right. Yeah. So you love her, you wouldn't be betraying her this way. You wouldn't be treating her this way. I mean, he doesn't care about how she feels. All it is about him. She left him. Oh, he couldn't have that. So he took advantage of her breakdown and expose her to another man who's going to use her and twist her mind into thinking that she's demon possessed and that she should work things out with her husband instead of leaving like she had planned to in the first place.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing I ever heard. You know, Christians, now when you talk about Christianity, right, of course you had evil people that gave Christianity a bad name, right? Um, stuff like that. Now, if you're going to believe in the creator, if you're going to be spiritual, that's fine. But here's my problem. You clearly got evil pastors in the church. I mean, it's blatant as all get out. I don't understand why anybody's saying anything about it. Like there's no higher counsel or anybody stepping in to deal with these crazy pastors who are obviously obvious Satan henchmen, satanic henchmen. I mean henchmen, spraying holy water on a woman's vagina, screaming at a demon, talking about get out of there. Are you serious? How does anybody? How does any? I don't understand that. Did y'all hear that, man? Y'all hear what these people are doing in these churches? How are grown people going to these churches and seeing these things and walking out of there not thinking anything's wrong with what they saw? How is that happening? Have they become that brainwashed? But it's like I told you before, I'm telling you what's coming, y'all. What's getting ready to happen is all out rape. They're laying the groundwork for it. Rape is coming in the churches where a woman is going to be raped in the name of God. Watch. In front of everybody, and no one is going to stop it. No one's going to say anything about it. They're going to believe that there's a demon inside of her. In order for it to come out, this pastor is going to have to make love to her in front of everybody and force the demon out. That's coming. And when it happens, remember this podcast. Because they're already laying the groundwork for that. If the pastor isn't doing it, somebody else is going to be doing it. But it's coming. I just simply cannot believe that grown people are going to attending these churches and seeing these things happening and walking out of there like it was okay. From everything was okay from what they just saw.
Yeah, because they don't understand the Bible itself. So whatever they saw in the church, they think it's a good thing. And then you see the pastors always tell them, oh, this is what we are teaching you for you to learn. And you see, it's already happened that they've been raping women in the churches. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
already happening now because most of the
Mm-hmm.
women goes to church with their problems and they tell them to be sleeping with them before they will be anointed, having sex with them.
Mm-hmm.
For so
Mm-hmm.
now the women have been already been sleep or slept in churches already. It's going on. Some churches, most of these fake prophets are doing it. And because we don't even learn the Bible much and we don't understand it, that is why they are doing all these things for we, most of us.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we do learn the Bible and we understand it, no man of God will lie to you and you will believe it.
Well,
Because,
well, you know, we have a society where we have a bunch of know-it-alls. You see what I'm saying? You
yeah,
have one Christian telling thousands of Christians that they got it wrong. You have another Christian telling thousands of Christians that they got it right. You got another Christian telling thousands of Christians that you don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, this is why I like simplicity. Simplicity is very, very clear. It's extremely powerful. You know, evil men do evil things. It's as simple as
yeah,
that.
yes,
You know, spraying holy water on a woman's vagina. You know, and then the other one with the guy with the hand up. I mean, the things that are going on in these churches are despicable.
yeah.
They're
Because
despicable. Uh huh.
yeah, when a pastor is shaving your vagina in church, what is he trying to do? He's trying totally having sex with you. Because I know your privacy is your vagina. So only thing that your man need who is married will go there alone. Not
Well,
being
you see, let me stop you real quick, Abby. Well, you see, Kendall Rowland, that's why we're going through what we're going through right now because of what you just said. You said children have been getting raped in churches for years. Well, nothing is being done to stop it because they're still being raped. Now women are being raped. And nothing is being done to stop it because we are a complacent society when it comes down to evil. We're cool with evil. We got a problem with righteousness. Nobody wants to be righteous. As a matter of fact, trying to be righteous is seen as something bad, right? Because when you care about somebody, they tell you that emotions are no good. Isn't that what they tell you? Don't get all into your fifi, your feces, your fifis, your emotions. Now, I agree. You don't let your emotions get out of control, but you need your emotions are important. Now, it's not good for a man to get all emotionally, become a wussy because we're supposed to be strong. But there's nothing wrong with feeling for someone because they've been done wrong. There's nothing wrong with feeling for a woman because she's been taken against her will. There's nothing wrong with feeling for a child who's been left to starve and die. There's nothing wrong with feeling for a little boy who's been brutally raped by a monster. There's nothing wrong with feeling for these people. That doesn't make you a wussy. It makes you a human being. Now, allow your emotions to get out of control, and then your behavior follow that, follow up with you being out of control. That's what you don't allow to happen. That kind of emotion is bad. But overall, emotions aren't bad. There's something wrong with your emotions. As a matter of fact, your emotions is what keeps your humanity intact. Okay? The more you are without emotion, the more you are without compassion, and the less humanity you have. Go ahead, Dan. I'm sorry, Abby, go ahead.
Yeah. So that is it. So I see that most of the pastors, I don't think they are from man of they are from God, but I think they are doing it to gain money.
Well,
They
let's
are
bring Dame in.
yeah,
Dame. Okay, she fell off.
yeah.
So, Abby, tell us about, Abby, you're a Christian. Tell us about what it says about there are many that will come in God's name and say that they're with God, but they're not.
Yeah, that's what we are in now. Because
Mm-hmm.
now I see these men of God, they are many and they've been proclaimed that they have been chosen or they have been called by God, but they are
Mm-hmm.
not. They are just
Mm-hmm.
here to destroy the world or to destroy the one that God have chosen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the good one that God have chosen them, they are few and we can't see them. But the one that they are using their own image to do whatever they want, that is the one we are seeing them much in the whole world. And they
Mm-hmm.
proclaim, oh, we are the good people. We have been chosen by God. God have said we should come and preach or we should come and say the good things to you so that you'll be healed. You'll be okay. Yes. But which are the good things are you telling we the people that we are following you? Because
And so,
now, yeah, now there's no
and
Sunday school that they've been teaching the children good thing in Sunday school. Because when I know in the olden days, when a child went to Sunday school, when he come home, he have those things, Bible poems that he going to tell his mother. Then now, ask your daughter or ask your son, what does he learn in Sunday school? He cannot even tell you.
and why is this relevant, people? Because Derek Jackson used the church to gain control over the mind of his wife. His wife is very, very, very religious to the point where it's a detriment to her. And that's what he used to keep her under control so he can go out and be as deviant as possible. I didn't have the nerve to come in. This dude is insane. I mean, to make a video like that, talking about something you don't condone it was like he was just going through a script. Okay, let me go out and say this real quick. No, it was wrong. I shouldn't have done it. Da da da. I knew it was wrong. Well, why are many of you falling for that? The man said he knew it was wrong. So if he knew it was wrong and he kept doing it, that's not a mistake. That's willful intent. We talked about forgiveness earlier, right?
Mhm.
And what should be forgiven versus what should be dealt with or eliminated. See, mistakes and accidents, right? according to us as humans, are something that's candidates for forgiveness, right? And some people fall on hard times, and some people, depending on what they go through, their mind get a little messed up, and they may go and do some bad things. But they're still good people. They just got caught up in a bad way. So when you start unraveling those things, then yeah, you know you want to forgive a person like that, whatever. But when a person has willful intent and continues to do something, understanding that it's wrong and knowing that there may be consequences, but does not care, that is not a mistake. That is not an accident. That is not somebody who fell on a bad time and their mind was temporarily affected and they did some things that they shouldn't have. That's not what that is. That is called wickedness. That's evil. That's a whole nother animal. This man willfully cheated on his wife, committed adultery,